Recording started.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone,
Morning.
and happy Thursday. I'm Jenny McCullum, the Director of Procurement Services for JEA and the Chair of the Awards Committee. I'd like to call the February 18th, 2021 Awards meeting to order. We have a quorum with Stephen Datz, Alan McElroy, Steve Tootin, Wayne Young, and Julie Crawford sitting in for Joe Arfano. OGC is represented by Julie Davis, and Budget is represented by Lori Whitmer. Before we get started, I'll ask if there are any public comments on the agenda for today, for February 18th. And I'll start with any. Sorry, I just got muted by accident, I think. So would anyone like to make a public comment? And is there any public attendance in the bid office? All right, seeing none, I will ask if there's anyone on the call that would like to make a public comment. Okay, and Lynn or Haley, do we have any public comments that were submitted via email prior to the meeting?
No public comments.
Thank you. All right, on today's agenda, we have items 1 through 6. They have all been reviewed by Procurement and by Budget and are ready for the Awards Committee review. We'll review each award item individually, and I will ask for a motion to approve and a second, and then we will roll call through the committee to get approvals from each one of you individually. We'll start with the first award, which is the meeting minutes from our February 4th, 2021 meeting. Are there any questions or comments on those meeting minutes?
This is Steve Tootin. I make a motion to approve the minutes for the February 4th, 2021 meeting.
Alan McElroy, second.
Thank you. We will roll call through the committee to approve the meeting minutes from February 4th, 2021, starting with Steve Tootin.
Approved.
Alan McElroy.
Approved.
Stephen Datz.
Approved.
Wayne Young.
Approved.
And Julie Crawford. Approved. I think you're, thanks, Julie. All right, award number 2 is a joint project. This is a request to advance funds to the Florida Department of Transportation in accordance with the JEA and FDOT master agreement for the utility construction costs associated with FDOT State Road 10 from Edgewood to McDuff. We brought this to the committee originally back in July of 2020 in the amount of a little less than $815,000. And I'll just remind the committee that when we do joint projects with FDOT, we pay them in advance of the bids being actually competitively bid. And then we shore up with them after the bids are received, whether it is we owe them more or they will give us money back and refund us if we've overpaid and the bids come in lower. In this instance, the estimate was quite a bit under what the actual bids came in. And there's a note here that just, it talks about that the engineer's original estimate was just very much underestimated for the construction items. And so when we look at how the bids came in, which the amount of the bid was $1,710,707, and we look at our original estimate, it's about 8.9% higher, but deemed reasonable when we compare these to similar projects. And then, you know, looking within the bids, you know, the bids weren't too far apart. So we do deem this reasonable. And what this request is to increase the amount, the prepayment amount to FDOT in the amount of $1,049,194.77. So we've already paid the $815, and now we'll add this to get us to our new total. And if you look at the summary of charges, we've got some contingency and administration fees in there that we owe to the FDOT for administrating everything. And then there's also a fee for the soil and groundwater contamination disposal. And so that gets us to what we owe the FDOT, which is a little over 1.8 million. And then you can see underneath that, when we deduct the 815,000, we get the remaining amount owed to them, which is the award amount. So this is probably the first one you guys have seen where we've actually had to come back to the committee to increase the amount that we owe FDOT. And I will pause and see if there's anything that the business wants to add to that, or if there's anything that I missed.
Thanks, Jenny. Good morning, committee members, and congratulations on all of you being named to your permanent positions. So yeah, this is probably one of the very few ones where we've had to come back to the committee at all in order to have some more funds advanced to the department. On this one, they elected to use their internal estimate from the engineer rather than going with the JEA estimate to keep all of this the same. So I think, as Jenny said, our PEC estimate was, within 10% of the actual bid, whereas the engineer's estimate, who is from the Orlando area, that's doing this work, had some much lower unit price numbers than what actually turned into the bid. So a lot of this is just based on, unit prices not being as high as the bid, nor, our PEC estimate.
Thanks, Michael. Do we have any questions from the committee?
Jenny, this is Stephen. I just noticed we were talking about the budget estimate. You're referencing it on page 9, but I believe on the award, page 8, the budget estimate is showing NA.
We will update that. Thank you.
This is Wayne. I do have a question, just a clarification and great explanation, both you and the business, on the deltas that exist. And I understand the differential in the estimates. There was mention made of 2 areas, one of which was soil disposal. Was that an actual add-on to the contract, something that was brought up in the bid that we did not estimate into it, or was that also an increase? It was there, but it was increased because of the other side.
Jenny, if you'd like, I can answer that.
Sure. Thank you, Michael.
Okay. So, Wayne, that 65,000, the Department of Transportation has a contract and internal folks who take care of soil and groundwater contamination disposal. This is more along the lines of the soil than the groundwater. They had done some testing during the design and had found some spots where we will be digging up the soil that is contaminated. So that is their estimate to do the work directly by the department. That was not included in the contractor's bid. That is a number directly to the department.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Are there any other questions from the committee? All right, can we get a motion to approve award number 2?
Wayne Young, motion to approve.
Stephen Datt, second.
Thank you. We'll roll call through the committee to approve award number 2, starting with Wayne Young.
Approved.
Stephen Datt,
Approved.
Alan McElroy,
Approved.
Steve Tootin,
Approved.
and Julie Crawford. You there, Julie?
Sorry, I thought you could hear me. Can you hear me now?
I can now, yes.
All right, approved.
Thank you. All right, award number 3 is another joint project. This is the first time the committee is seeing this one. Same premise, and under the JEA FDOT Master Agreement, we will prepay for associated costs with State Road 212, which is Beach Boulevard from Southside Boulevard to Eve Drive. And this one is based on the engineer of records estimate. The project includes a comprehensive intersection traffic pattern redesign and roadway reconstruction. The FDOT contractor will construct approximately 850 linear feet of new 16-inch ductile iron pipe water main and 11 valve box adjustments, 1 new hydrant, 3 16-inch valves, and 2 short side water services. So the prepayment to FDOT is in the amount of $417,470.70. This project is expected to be completed in February of 2022. And it looks like, just as a note, the roadway restoration costs will be minimized for us significantly here by doing this joint project. And then we also note, as we stated in the last award, that if bidding the prepaid amount is more than the construction cost, then JEA will request a refund, but also we can come back to the committee if we need to add funds as well. So I'll ask the committee if there are any questions or comments on this award. Okay, can we get a motion to approve award number 3?
Alan McElroy, motion to approve.
Thank you.
Steve Tootin, second. Steve Tootin, second.
Thank you, Steve. We'll roll call through the committee to approve award number 3, starting with Alan McElroy.
Approved.
Steve Tootin.
Approved.
Wayne Young.
Approved.
Stephen Datz.
Approved.
And Julie Crawford. Approved. Thank you. Award number 4, this was a proposal, request for proposal RFP for continuing engineering services for fiber optic route design and engineering for transmission and distribution. So this work is generally described as performing engineering and design services as requested from time to time by JEA, for which the estimated construction costs for each individual project does not exceed $4 million, or the professional services fee for an individual study do not exceed $500,000 as set forth in the Florida statute, section 287.055, which is also known as our Consultants Competitive Negotiation Act, which is what we lovingly call CCNA and what you guys hear quite a bit. So these continuing services allow us to contract with one vendor, develop rates, and then as we've got smaller type projects that we need design work for, we can go to this company who the recommended awardee is Pickett and Associates, Inc. And the award amount is $750,000, which is spread over a 3-year period, and based on what we have in our budget, but also based off of a list of projects that we already know that we're going to use them on, and then as projects come up, we have the ability to use this company as well. We do have a 1-year renewal option if everything is going according to plan. And out of the 4 bids that we received, as I said, Pickett and Associates, Inc. is the awardee and was ranked the most qualified to do this work. So I think you've heard me say this multiple times before. When we contract with an engineer through a CCNA, we only look for the qualifications base and the most qualified to do the work. And then after we do that, we negotiate the scope and fee. In this instance, when we compare to our current contract, the overall rates for Pickett and Associate were decreased by 2% overall. These are going to be fixed for the 3 years, and then if we choose to renew, the rates will be able to be increased by CPI in that 1-year renewal. So I will pause and ask if you guys have any questions on award number 4. All right, can we get a motion to approve award number 4?
Stephen Datz, motion to approve.
Thank you.
Steve Tootin, second. Steve Tootin, second.
Thank you, Steve. We'll roll call through the committee, starting with Stephen Datz.
Approved.
Steve Tootin,
Approved.
Alan McElroy,
Approved.
Wayne Young,
Approved.
and Julie Crawford.
Approved.
Thank you. Award number 5 is a bid. This is for, this project replaces and reroutes an existing 6-inch asbestos cement force main along Timothsaw Avenue. I just butchered that, I apologize. With approximately 2,200 linear feet of 4-inch PVC force main, and we'll replace and reroute an existing 4-inch force main from pump station PAR-5582 to a new discharge tie-in point on the force main along Ortega Farms Boulevard. That was a mouthful. The Keaton Group, Inc., doing business as Baldwin Quality Plumbing, is the recommended awardee in the amount of $420,810.12. Our project completion is estimated in September of 2021, and the Keaton Group is a JSEB firm. So all of these funds will go towards our JSEB goal. We have received 6 bids, and there's a note on the second page of this award that notes it's about the award amount is 6% higher than the budget estimate. And after JEA O&M reviewed their budget estimate with the unit prices that were found in the bid, a lot of our estimates were lower than the average bid for the pipe abandonment by grout filling, asphalt removal, paving repair, sidewalk installation, and 4-inch PVC pipe. So even though our estimates were lower than what we received from the low bidder, we found that their prices were consistent with the other bidders. And we did have quite a bit of competition on this one with 6 bidders. So I will stop there and ask if the committee has any questions on award number 5.
Alan McElroy, move to approve.
Thank
Stephen
you.
Datz, second.
Thank you, Stephen. We'll roll call through the committee to approve award number 5, starting with Alan McElroy.
Approved.
Stephen Datz,
Approved.
Wayne Young,
Approved.
Steve Tootin,
Approved.
and Julie Crawford.
Approved.
Thank you. Award number 6, this is our last award. This is a developer agreement, and this is for the Veterans Parkway Stillwater subdivision projects. And we have a developer agreement with Lennar Homes for this work. We had Lennar bid this work out, advertised and went to the low bidder. And Baker is the lowest out of the 4 bids that were received. The award amount is $3,095,185.44. And I will pause there to see if you guys have any questions on award number 6. All right, can we get a motion to approve award number 6?
Steve Tootin, motion to approve.
Thank you,
Al McElroy,
Steve.
second.
Thank you, Alan. We'll roll call through the committee to approve award number 6, starting with Steve Tootin,
Approved.
Alan McElroy,
Approved.
Stephen Dax,
Approved.
Wayne Young,
Approved.
and Julie Crawford.
Approved.
Thank you. All right, so all of the awards have been reviewed and approved individually. So the entire agenda for the February 18th, 2021 agenda has been approved. Do we have any other business to come before the awards committee?
Jenny, this is
Okay,
Wayne.
I
I just have
will-
one
Sure, Wayne,
quick
go ahead.
question. Just one quick question, and I think we might have covered this before. When we have contracts that are up for, say, renewal after the period has expired, do we do a new estimate for that renewal, or do we still lean on the old estimate?
So if you're referring to like a continuing services contract, they'll look at the projects they have coming up for that third or the fourth year. Say it's a 3-year term. They'll look ahead to see what projects they would utilize under that continuing services contract. So they will look at that. And that's typically where you'll see a contract renewal come into play.
And the same thing would apply to just services being provided as well.
What was that? I had a hard time hearing you.
If services were being provided in lieu of actual actions to construct and build, just for city
Yes,
cleaning services, for instance.
correct.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I will just make a note that I will be reviewing the awards committee delegation with Jay to see if there are any adjustments he would like to make based off of the new org chart. So more to come on that. I will make sure to communicate with all of you once he and I have connected, and we will make sure that we do that prior to March 1st, which is when the new org chart goes into effect. So more to come, but I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody's time, and I hope everybody has a happy Thursday and a great, safe weekend. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you,
You're
Jenny.
welcome.
Thank you. Bye-bye.